felt humiliated, felt fearful, and there was a reluctance in his life to pursue all that God has for him. See, I want you to turn with me to another example, and this time in Numbers chapter 13, okay? Numbers chapter 13. This is the story of the 12 spies that were sent into the promised land. Okay, you all remember the story?
Yes.
The Israelites were slaves in Egypt. Moses delivered them. They came out. God says, I'm going to bring you to the promised land, a land flowing with milk and honey. I mean, literally, but that means it's a land of purpose, destiny, blessings, great benefits, great life, right? I mean, that signifies our destiny. God wants us to come into the promised land. God has a promised land for you. God has a destiny for you. God has a purpose for you, and it's all good. Okay, God doesn't give you some chauka thing, right? He gives you good things. Yeah. As far as I can see, none of you are in a promised land yet. Because you think what you have is good, it's not good enough compared to what God wants to bring you into. And so God has a promised land for all of us. And so God brought the Israelite nation to the edge of the promised land, and He says, send your spies in. So we know the rest of the story. What happened? 10 of the spies all came back. Not 10 came back. All came back. But 10 of them spoke about something, okay? And I want you to see here, what did they talk about? Numbers 13 and verse 31. But the men who had gone up with him said, we are not able to go up against these people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, the land through which we have gone as spies is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. There we saw giants, the descendants of Anak. In Malay, Anak means little child. Okay, but I don't know why there are giants here. The descendants of Anak, right? Came from the giants, that we were like grasshoppers in our own sight. Everybody say, like grasshoppers?
Like grasshoppers.
In our own sight.
In our own sight.
And so we were in their sight. So 10 of them came back and said, no, we cannot defeat them. They are giants. We are like grasshoppers in our own sight. Do you see what was happening there? They were so afraid, right? Because they took their eyes off God, who brought them out of Egypt through a lot of miracles. And now at the edge of Promised Land, they said we were like grasshoppers in whose sight? In our own sight. They were looking at who? Themselves. No, cannot. Scared. Afraid. They brought an evil report because it's against God's will. Okay? And so, but I want you to see Joshua and Caleb's response over here, okay? Look at Numbers 14. Numbers chapter 14, okay? You all there?
Yes.
And look at verse 9.
Yes.
Okay? This is what Caleb says. Only do not rebel against the Lord nor fear the people of the land. Listen, he says, do not fear, for they are our bread. Wow. They are for our eating. Okay? We're going to makan them. Now you know where the phrase comes from, right? I'm going to makan you, I'm going to own you. Okay? Computer gamer. Okay, so they are our bread, their protection is departed from them. And listen, and the Lord is with us. Do not fear them. Why were they not afraid? I mean, they were really giants. In all seriousness, they were really giants. They were not hallucinating. They were really giants, but the difference was this. Joshua and Caleb set their eyes on God. And they were not afraid. You can see a big difference here. Fear is a result of us trusting in our own strength, looking at ourselves and saying, no, cannot. Like that, cannot. Look, there's so many other people better than us. In the manga world, so many people draw better than us. I got consolation in us. competition, I joined consolation. No, it's not right. You join other competitions after that?
No, I didn't because I got the opportunity. I think that's all that. So
Yeah. Join.
it's a bit difficult because I'm not in Visual Arts Society, which is the club that organizes it.
It's okay. And now next year, there'll be other competitions.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday it was so interesting. I got one of my guys adult to share his passion. He shared about Gundam modeling. And I mean, he shared with great passion and he showed all the pictures. Oh, the transformer, I tell you, solid. And every time he joins competition, I mean, he takes his models, go to Takashimaya to display them. And there'll be much better people over there. And he will just look down and he says, hey boy, go to the end of the row. And they're all much better models, and he'll be like, okay, put down his head and go to the end and he just put his model in the air. I mean, he could have given up. He joined competitions, gets consolation prize, merit, never first, second, third. And then he decides to trust God. What he did was that he says, God, I'll do it for you. And then God told him to join this competition and to do a model that he doesn't do, he hates, and in a color that he doesn't like at all, he hates it. So when he finished, like, I don't like it. But throughout the whole thing, he was hearing from God, and God was telling him. And so he submitted that model, and this was the national Gundam competition. And they called him out and said, you got a prize, come in, you can get it. So they won't tell you what prize to win until you go there. So you go there, they announce third, second, first, not him. Announce all the consolation, not him. He's like, hey, Sabumi organizer, right? Finally, he didn't know who that Japanese guy came. He was speaking Japanese. He was the creator of Gundam who came. And he spoke in Japanese. He says, when he first came, he saw this model and he liked it so much. He said, give him a prize. But they don't have any more trophies. So he decided to give him his own personal Gundam original kit. Calls him on stage. Talks to me in Japanese. Then he needs someone to interpret for him, right? Translate for him. And this is basically what it says. You know, when I saw yours, it's very good, but you are cowed. It says, count must go to count. You will succeed in count. And basically, he was telling him this that be focused. Don't try to blend into mainstream. Count actually means fringe. So it's not mainstream. Mainstream, everybody can do mainstream.
Yeah.
But you are unique. Okay, don't give it up. Go to that portion of it. Count. Okay. And then give me advice. And then as I was sharing that, I felt God speaking to me. I told him later, I said, you know, this is what God says to you. You are caught today, tomorrow you are number one in mainstream. Because whatever is fringe now will become the mainstream in the future if you will not give it up.
Yeah.
Okay? A lot. In fact, this guy, the creator of Gundam, he was a cult. He was fringe. But it became the most popular anime robot show ever, and he became mainstream number one. Can you imagine? And so, but the story didn't end there. So he got that thing in the morning. In the afternoon, he went to Suntec, another place. There was this competition called MCon, which is cult for all this robot modeling. So they don't mix at all. Nobody cross over anything. They don't mix. They call him go over there because God spoke to him. He only do one model in one time. It took about more than 80 hours to do one model, about 2 months just to prepare for that competition. But God spoke to him and said, do 2 models, and he